These are the three key things that we learned towards the end of the renovation of the project that we had in Sasolburg in the Free State. Yeah? Number one, start marketing and placing tenants before you complete the project. This is going to help you in terms of your cash flow because you can already start section by section, right? As you finish it, you have people moving in there. As you finish the next one, you have other people moving in there. Yeah? This way, you are never at any given point in time sitting with a project or a property that is empty for some time. Okay? Now, there are several ways of approaching this. One of the key main ways of doing this is to capture the progress of the project so that at every milestone you're communicating to your people, your desired tenants, to say, this is where we are, this is the milestone that we've reached, and the property is expected to come online on a specific date, right? Gets them excited, builds hype around what's coming, and gets them involved in terms of already engaging with you around how they can become some of your tenants. Good places to look out for such people would be your local Facebook pages for the desired tenant, right? So if you are going to be based in UJ, or in my case, in Sasolburg, and I was looking for students, I went to the private group or any group for Flavius Mareke students. That's where they hang out. Also look for people looking for general accommodation in the area. It's going to help you in terms of being a good source of tenants for you. I hope that makes sense. It's going to save you a lot of money, and it's going to help you in terms of your cash flow, because you're never going to sit with a property that is empty. Whether it's just rooms or the whole property, you're always going to be generating money, and you're going to be generating money as soon as possible. Okay. Number two, very important, have a deadline for everything. Now, this is something I should have mentioned a long time ago. I was of the view that it came without needing to be mentioned, but this is very important, especially towards the end, because as you near the end or the completion of your project, you start putting the foot off the pedal a bit. You start relaxing a bit, thinking that you are now almost at the end of the line. Don't do that. Keep the pressure on until you cross the line. All right. This is the point where you really focus and say, all right, this is when we said we would finish, and no matter what happens, even if you have the setbacks that we have, right, we're going to double up and make sure that we keep to the deadline. If you don't do that, it's going to have a negative impact on your cash flow and on the promises that you've made. Okay. Number three, very important, the snag list. Those minor issues that happen after a big renovations, those can really hurt your business. So it's very important to sort those issues out, right? Don't start focusing on another project until these snag lists have been sorted out, right? As and when they are communicated to you, have a list and have action items relating to that list. So if there's an issue because door number 3 is not closing properly, have that reported, right? And have that documented with a set of action items as to who's going to do it, when is it going to be done, and what needs to be bought for it to be done, right? So that it can be completed. If you don't start doing something like this, then your property is going to quickly garner a reputation of being unreliable, of having issues or whatever. Yeah? But there are certain things that you can't compromise on. One is electricity, right? Make sure that the property has electricity and everything is flowing the way it's supposed to do, right? Number 2 is plumbing and water. Make sure that that is taken care of and everything runs as smoothly as it can, right? Number 3 is this, which is another key thing for planning. You need to have internet from the get-go. So if you're anticipating that people are going to be moving in 2 weeks from now, already start the process of getting a service provider for that. Because if you wait until the last moment, you're going to have to then wait when they are already in your space for 2 weeks for that to be done, which is going to irritate them quite a bit. So, get your deadline and then work backwards in terms of what needs to be done. And document everything, document every snag which is reported, and ensure there's an action item for each one of those. Okay, these are the 3 key lessons for this whole process. I hope you've enjoyed the whole process, and there's going to be more content coming from us. Yeah? All right. My name is Seth, and I'm the co-founder of Pink Property Group. Yeah? All right. If you find value in this, like I've always said now, like I'm always saying now, like. If not, it's okay. It's okay. It's not for everybody. If you're consistently finding value in the content which we're putting out, then you gotta subscribe so that whenever we release a new video, guess what? You have a view of it. You can even click a bell icon so that you are made aware that we just released a new video. Okay, there's gonna be a lot more content coming up, guys. Stay tuned, and I'll see you. Sure.